baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so sweet, so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She may search this world wide over, never find a sweet man like me. Mike's Music Method, yeah! Today, guys, I'm bringing you Dave Von Ronk's Gambler's Blues, another song sponsored by the amazing and lovely Dusty. Thank you, Dusty. This song is ridiculous. It is ronky and raunchy, and one of the ronkier songs that Dave Von Ronk has ever produced, because wow, is it goofy. It's weird hybrid picking, it's not consistent thumb pointer, and it's gonna throw your brain for a real loop. So in other words, it's not a beginner song. Check out the Travis picking playlist. I also have a flat picking playlist. A flat pick is called a plectrum, by the way. Did you know that? How cool. A plectrum, but I call it the flat picking playlist. It should be called the plectrum playlist. Anyway, you should be a competent guitarist if you're going to try and tackle this song. But that being said, it is awesome. You really catch a groove and you can scream on it and really bang away once you get the hang of this goofy pattern. And it's going to open your right hand up to a lot of possibilities because it's quite beautiful. Well, it's dirty, but like it's quite a beautiful way to approach the guitar because it really frees you up from like strict, thumb pointer. And it gets you off the rhythm. So it's a great study piece. Let's learn the tune. If you're new to Mike's Music Method, use the timestamps. Some of you are very good players. Other of you are just beginning. So my pacing might be too fast or too slow. Use the timestamps, use the forward and backward arrows, and pace yourself accordingly. I do the best I can to cater to, you guys of all different skill levels. That's it. Happy picking. Gambler's Blues by Dave Von Ronk. Let's do it. Ronk does this with Capo on the first fret. We're not going to do the Capo. It's just easier. If you want to sing like him, you're going to play the recording Capo the first fret. I'm going to skip measure 1 here because it's a bit of an anomaly and it's quite confusing compared to some of the other measures. So we're going to get back to measure 1, and guess what? You can always just play measure 2 as measure 1, and we'll add the actual little intro measure at the end of the song. So let's look at our tab in measure 2. This song, if you haven't noticed, is very heavily swung. He's swinging the eighth notes. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long. And it's really confusing. The right hand pattern is really confusing, especially when you're going to sing to it. It is not a Travis pick pattern. I sent Dusty the tab early and he goes, Mike, what is going on in this song? So let's go slow. We're starting with measure 2. Have a simple A minor chord here to an E. So that's easy enough, right? We got a break with the left hand. But check out this right hand. Really goofy. Usually the upbeats you play with one of these fingers and the downbeats you play with your thumb. But man, there are all sorts of exceptions in this song. In this measure, we have quite a few. So we're playing our thumb, then we're brushing up, thumb on the 4th string on an A minor chord, brushing up with the pointer finger. And I'm hitting 3 of them, 2 or 3. Then right back to the thumb on the 4th string. Feels normal so far, right? 1 and 2 and. But then the and beat we're playing with our thumb because it's a lower note, right? We're not going to bring our pointer finger all the way to hit that low note. So he's breaking the pattern of the right hand to fit the note choices. So 4, brush 4, 6. And right when I hit that 6, I'm going to transfer to the E chord and then hit the 4th string on the E chord. So I had 6 and then 4. Then my pointer finger brushes up here. Then my thumb hits the 3rd string, which is normal. That's a downbeat. But then we have another and note. And because I don't want to cross my pointer finger all the way up, our thumb plays on the upbeat and it's open on the 5th string there. So let's talk through. We got the beginning part down, I think. 4, brush 4, 6, then I change the chord. 4th string, brush up, 3rd string, 5th is open. I have to change back to the A minor there. really hard to get that up to speed because our right hand is not following a simple like thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. It's way goofier than that. Let's do it real slow. 3, 4, long, short, long, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. So in this measure, I'm only brushing with my pointer finger. I'm only using my pointer finger on the notes that are chords, right? When it's brushed, when there's multiple notes. The only thing I can say is go slow. Make sure you're doing it consistent every time would be my main takeaway. Thumb, pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb. And my right hand almost feels like I'm strumming up and down. It almost feels like a strumming sensation, but it's not. It's like a hybrid finger picking thing. Also make a note that in measure 12, there's a little alternate kind of thing you can do. Ronk isn't doing it all the time, he does it sometimes, but if that alternate kind of picking pattern is easier, you honestly could probably stick with that the entire song. So when I get there, make note of that. If these earlier measures are really tripping you up, there is an alternative kind of way to do it that might be easier for you. Good news is we have a few of those measures, 2 and 3, then he starts singing over it. That's a whole nother conversation, we'll get there. All the same so far. Then we get to measure 6. Measure 6 starts the same, where we have 4, brush, 4. Then I'm lifting the chord temporarily, hitting an open D on the 4th string. Then I'm going into an F7 chord. Now you could do a big old F7 bar chord, but he's not hitting the lower string, so I'm saving myself the effort, just doing that. So I'm barring these ones, 1, 1, then I got the 2nd fret on that 3rd string, and then 1 again. So that's the chord we have. So the A minor, 4, strum 4, I lift the note, then I put down the chord, the F7. Then on this F7, I'm doing the 4th string, strum up, 4th string. Now this last note, we lift the chord and do open on the 3rd string. If we're following the previous old pattern, we'd do it with our thumb, because it was the low note there, so we crossed our thumb over. But here, because it's not a low note, my mind is really tempted to just end it with a thumb pointer. It's your call. My intuition is to do that way, because it's more Travis picked, right? Thumb pointer, down, up, down, up. But because your brain was used to breaking that pattern in the previous measure, you might be better off breaking it here. It's your call. I'm going to leave that up to you. But the way I'm doing it is thumb, pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, pointer. Again, it's because that melody note's not low anymore. It's on the higher string, so I'm using my pointer finger to get it. This one's really a mind bender, finger, tongue twister. So take your time. Commit to one of those, whichever one feels more natural, and just start practicing it consistently the same way. So one more time, measure 6, 3, 4. Yeah. Here we got another whole weird hybrid picking thing going on. So first off, the chord is weird. Not really, but it's your C7. And what he's doing is he's sliding that chord up. It's an E7. So it's going to be 7 on the 5th string with your, that finger, ring. 7, 6, then 7 with your pinky, then 5 with your pointer, right? It looks like a normal C7 cowboy chord, but we move it up, 4, 5, 6, 7. But what he's doing right off the bat, he's taking that chord and he's sliding into it, which is really cool. So he's starting on 6 and 5. He's hitting the 5th and 4th string here. And he's sliding up into the chord, just a half step. So you can find your chord 1 fret down. And then he hits the low E. So there I'm doing thumb and then thumb. So heavy thumb, slide, and then thumb on the 6th string. Now I'm just going to follow the normal thumb pointer. Even though we broke it at the beginning, thumb, thumb. Then I'm doing a heavy thumb on like 4 and 3. Then I'm brushing up, also heavy. I'm hitting like 2 and 3 there. So each one is kind of strumming. It's not just a gentle finger pick, but I'm aiming for the 4th and going a bit further down. Usually just hitting one extra string. And then here I'm brushing up with my pointer, starting on 2, and maybe hitting the 3rd string up above it. So, thumb, 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 pointer. Then he's a little more controlled, and he's just doing thumb, pointer, but it's not as heavy. It's maybe just 4 and 3 there. Then he does a real heavy thumb on 4, and then he brushes up when he lifts the chord. So I'm treating everything but beat 1, thumb, thumb. Then I'm doing thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. So thumb, 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 and then it's thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. Let's try it slow. 3, 4. I know that sounds ugly when you do it slow, but it's just a percussive effect when it's quick. He's just giving himself a moment to get back to the A minor. 3, 4. 3, 4. And I know you're thinking, what is going on here? But I promise in context, it all sounds awesome. So let me go from the top of the verse just so you can hear it. Yeah, Ronk! Measure 8 we've seen before. Same as the intro. Then measure 9, we go to a C major chord. And a D7. It's really cool. So we have a C, really raunchy and ronky. Thumb on 5, brush up on 2 and 3, thumb on 4. Then we do open with our thumb. Then we move that chord up 2 frets. Open, and then I hit the 5th fret because the chord's down. Remember, it's a C chord, though, but here I'm going to add my pinky, right, to make it a D7. Move that shape up, add the pinky, just like we have the E7. But now we're on 5, 4, 5, 3. I think you're following. Back to the C. 5, brush up, 4. Open on the 5th, put the chord down. 5th fret on the 5th. Brush up with a pointer. Thumb goes on the 4th string. And here again, it's your choice. We do open on the 4th string, so you could do your thumb again or the pointer. It's your call. So the whole thing nice and slow. 3, 4. 3, 4. There I'd probably do thumb, just because here we're doing thumb, pointer, thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, thumb. But again, whatever you're more comfortable with. Similar idea here in 10, we're back to the F7. And it's heavy thumb, pointer finger brushes up, heavy thumb again. Then the pointer, open on the 3rd string. So I'm doing 4th, up, 4th, pointer on open because I lift the chord. Sliding again into that E7. But this is different. After the slide, I'm brushing up. I'm not doing a thumb on the 6th string. Sliding. Brushing up, heavy thumb on 4 and 3, and then thumb again on 5. Really a lot of hybrid picking. You just got to train your brain when to do that pointer versus the thumb. But let's do measure 10 real slow. 3, 4. 3, 4. Then right back into the A minor part. That is going to be the bulk of the song. It just loops and loops from measure, 4, and he does that again and again. That's the verse, that's the tune. Shaboom, donation pitch. Guys, Mike's Music Method operates on the value for value model. Now would be a perfect time to consider helping your buddy Mike out. It's tax season, it's upon us. Duh, I'm saying it, sorry. But for real, guys, I give you my time, my talent, and treasure. This channel is a labor of love. Lots of man hours and brain power is going into it. And talent, God-given and hard-worked talent, hard-earned. And so what I'm asking you guys is to abide, be a dude, and abide by the value for value model, which means anyone who is hard on their time, hard on their luck, financial, dire straits, can go over to mikesmusicmethod.com, sign up for the Freddie Freeloader plan, get all the tabs, quote unquote, for free, You know what I mean? It's not really free because I'm working for it. But it's the honor system. If you're not hard on times and you can spare some money and you realize the value I'm giving you, this might be worth $100 a month, right? In lieu of guitar lessons, you're watching these videos. Maybe it's $50 a month, $20 a month to Mike's Music Method. Whatever you can afford. Every time you learn a song, $10. I don't know. It's called the value for value model because you get to decide. I'm here to encourage you to decide to give a good amount because it is a true labor, and I want to keep doing these and making these, and of course I want to be rewarded for my effort. And that's it. It's the value for value model. Please consider, and onward with the song. All right, here's measure 12, that alternative kind of way to pick it. Ronk does this every once in a while. If you want to do it this way, it's fine. It might just be more natural. And the reason it might be more natural is now you can get away with doing thumb, pointer. And maybe you want to pick the song this way the entire time. It's your call. If you want to shortcut, put it on easy mode, that's fine. But let's look at that in measure 12 in your tab at mikesmusicmethod.com, free to download. It looks like this. We got thumb, the pointer's brushing as usual, and then the thumb. And here I'm doing 5, up thumb, 4. Suppose you could do 4, up thumb, 4, like he does in the other sections. He's kind of varying it quite a bit. But then instead of doing another thumb, once in a while he's going back to just old habits, right? Of thumb, pointer, thumb. So he'll just play the 3rd string open there. And he lifts, it's open because he's lifting up the chord to go to the E chord. And look how he does this. He does thumb on 6, strums up with the pointer, thumb on 3. I suppose you could also do thumb on 4 there. And then he lifts the chord again and just brushes up on 3 and 4, or 2 and 3. So with this alternate one, we can actually Travis pick it. Not really Travis pick, but you know what I mean. It's strict alternate picking. Thumb, pointer, thumb, pointer. If that's easier for you, go for it. Measure 14, guys, we're already done with the song because honestly, the whole tune is just like measure 2 to 11 again and again and again and again and again. And then I give you the alternate. And now let's do the coda. Here's how he ends it. When he gets to the F7 the last time, he just lets it ring. He's doing thumb, heavy thumb on 4 and 3. Pointer goes up, heavy thumb. And he stops there. Then get ready for an E7 chord, right? It's the E major, but your pinky's down on the 3rd fret here of the B string. And he bends that 3rd fret. Then he strums the chord. So bend and a strum. And then we go back to the intro before he just ends it. But now here is where I will teach you measure 1, because he does it again here in measure 16. So now that your fingers are good and you know what you're doing, let's learn it here. It's even goofier. I can't even play it right. It is thumb, pointer, 5 to 2. Then I'm doing... Now instead of doing that with the pointer, he's doing it with the thumb. So you see how goofy it is. We've got thumb, pointer, thumb on the brush, back to thumb on the 6th string, and then we're on an E chord, and it looks normal. Thumb on 4th, brush up, thumb on 3rd, thumb on 5th, open because we're moving back to the A minor. So then it looks like the normal verse and intro part. But the beginning's a little bit different because you have thumb, pointer, thumb. Keep messing up. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. Goofy. But then 17 looks the same as the intro. Then he just ends it on an A minor, hits the lower ones, followed quickly by the upper ones. Whew, let's do the slow run-throughs. I hope you guys were able to follow this tutorial. For some reason, it is quite a mouthful. I'm usually pretty patient and good at explaining things, but I don't know if I'm feeling pretty good. So I think it's just how complicated the song is. It was very difficult for me to express it in words for some reason, but I hope you made it. If you're here, then I did an okay job because you made it this far. Let's do a slow run. We're just going to run through this whole thing. Tab is free at mikesmusicmethod.com. I do highly encourage you to sign up for a plan, though. Please support what I'm doing here. $5 a month. It's not that much. If I can get half the people visiting my website to give $5 a month, I'd really be able to up my time here and crank out some serious videos, guys. So please consider. It's not that much money, and it's gonna you'll help me build up that tab catalog and the tutorials, and you know what I'm saying. So let's do this real slow from the top. Let's do a slow run of the whole thing from the top, real slow. Okay, guys? 3, 4. I'm kind of heavily palm muting it here too. Sounds a bit cooler. Here he starts singing. Sped up a little bit. Let's do it again slower all the way. Actually, let's just take it from the verse. Let's go from measure 4 through that verse one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sloppy and dirty, very cool. One thing I don't, you probably picked up on it, measure 8 starts on the 5th fret, not the 4th. That sometimes trips me up because every other time we're on that A minor, we're doing the 4th. And, I'm sometimes missing that C. It's A minors in my head. But that's it, guys. That sounds pretty darn cool.